Lights, camera, action. Lots of satisfaction. All right, here we go. Everybody tuning in, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We want to let you know that this is the Pass the Bag podcast. It's not enough for you to get the bag. You must know how to keep the bag. And if you want to keep the bag, you must share the bag. So kindly pass the bag. My name is My name is Robert Edward Patterson II. Some people call me Mr. P from the 313. Some people call me Bobby Pins. Some people call me all types of things as long as they call me something respectful. And who are you, sir?
I am a.black. You dig?
You know, I have my shovels and my spades and my holes in the desert picked out, sir. So let's go ahead and say our thanks to all of the people who've been tuning in. I want to thank you all who were with us for season 1, season 2. This is season 3, Pass the Bag podcast. You know, we care a lot about health, finance, care a lot about culture. You know, we want to keep these ongoing conversations accessible to people and, you know, just get out here and do our best and share our passion. Any special thank yous you want to put out, sir, before we get into the first bag?
Nah, let's do it.
All right, everybody, it goes like this. We want to get into the bag of tricks, the first bag of tricks. We have 2 bags of tricks today. 2 bags of tricks. So here at
Trick.
Let's go. Hey, trick. Here at Pass the Bag podcast, we feel like it's important to talk about these different bags, the bag of tricks. We don't want you to get tricked. The first bag of tricks today is about toxic positivity.
Bro, I'm triggered.
Go for it. Say a little something before we get into the.
No, I just saw it. And then maybe as a person, and then I realized, you know, the definition, and let's start with the definition. What is toxic positivity?
All right. What is toxic positivity? It's a belief that no matter how dire or difficult the situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. The good vibes only approach.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I'm such a member of this. I've been so toxically positive for such a long time now. It's I even find it hard for me to empathize with other people sometimes because I am so positive. And the word would be, I don't know. And then like I'm triggered because I don't even like the word toxic with positive, you know? Like
Sure.
Part of me is like, how could you put those 2 words together? They're such opposites. But I guess I'm learning, you know, as I'm maturing and as I'm growing, that, you know, you have to have an outlet for those emotions that aren't positive, just as much as you need to express those positive emotions and put that positive spin on things. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. This one is a good
Hey,
one.
no, it's nothing. It's nothing to apologize about, sir.
What's your current relationship with toxic positivity, and what's your past relationships been with it?
Well, you know, really, I've never been much of a toxic positivity person. You know, the idea of, um, you know, ignoring my problems was always something that I never felt like that I had the privilege of being able to do. Dismissing other people's, I feel like I might have, you know, fallen into that trap. You know, just a little memories, specific memories of times where, you know, someone is addressing a hardship. You know, say something about a silver lining that might have been inappropriate in terms of the timing, even if the thing that I was saying was true. Yeah, I mean, my past relationship to toxic positivity is definitely spotty, but my current relationship to toxic positivity, being here in a specific town in Thailand, where there's a lot of toxic positivity, especially amongst I don't want to say expats, travelers. Let's just say travelers. There can be a lot of toxic positivity, man, and people are in some really, deep denial about the situation. I think that it's important for us to go ahead and for me to, speak up about what it is that I'm seeing, what it is that I'm hearing. Yeah, for sure. How about you?
I've, hmm, I think my positivity hasn't been toxic because as I'm understanding the definition, a lot of times it happens when you minimize other people's negative, other emotions. You'll say, just look at the bright side, or you'll say something like you said, just stay positive, or there's a silver lining to every dark cloud. And comments like that minimize other people's experience. And so I don't do that a lot, and I'm thankful that I don't. But I'm thankful that my diversity institute and my counseling, human services, education has helped me understand that people's feelings are valid and they deserve. I mean, they people gonna feel what they want to feel, and they're gonna feel it because they're human, and they have a right to feel whatever they want to feel. Just like a human being has a right to believe whatever they want to believe. Um,
Mm,
there is a point for me as a positive person that I can see how toxic negativity can have a detrimental effect. But I didn't. This is one of my first times for me to consider how what effect toxic positivity can have, because you just discard all of your negative emotion, all of your other emotions. I don't want to say negative, but you discard your other emotions, and then when those emotions come up, maybe you never developed the tools to be able to handle them because everything was just I'm gonna just stay positive. I'm gonna just stay positive. I'm gonna just stay positive. And then you never allow yourself to go to the darkness. And some of those dark places where you find the best stuff, where you find your resilience, you find your strength, you find your compassion for others, you can find your empathy. Because if you've never been through nothing, how you gonna be able to empathize with somebody who's going through something? So that's been my experience.
yeah, it's even for me. It's interesting to hear, the label that you um, give yourself as a positive person, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it makes me wonder about, the idea that anyone being any more positive than negative um, makes me wonder how egocentric, that idea might actually be. The idea that negativity is something uh, less favorable than positivity versus, energy is energy, and you know, managing the energy one way or the other is part of making advancements in life, maybe part of making positive advancements in life, in terms of like steps forward or growing into a healthier person every day. So that part for
Well, I
me
guess
is something
that's what
intriguing.
that's what I mean by being a positive person. When I say that, I mean trying to learn, trying to get the lesson out of every experience. And for me, I see that as trying to make things as make the outcomes as positive as possible. I think the stimuli. I try not to look at the stimuli as I try not to look at challenging things as negative as much as I see it as a challenge. Like, this is challenging, this is difficult, and I need to find a way to learn from this. I don't see that as toxic positivity. I just see that as growth mindset.
Hmm. I hear you. I think, it'd be, I think like this, getting into that space where other people come into the conversation, thinking about listeners or anyone who catches the podcast and wants to tune in and talk with us about their feelings about toxic positivity or their experiences.
Right.
I'm definitely curious. I can tell you here right now, in Thailand, I'm in this place. I guess a bunch of people would probably use the words, quote, hippie place, end quote. And there's a lot of these sorts of vibrations where people don't want their mellow harshed, so to speak,
Right.
to use that colloquial language. And that's something that's understandable. I feel like the part that becomes a problem is that there are still all of these things that are happening that when you go to speak with someone about something as really as a matter of responsibility, it could be the simple stuff, not driving drunk, or, not leaving your, friend alone with strangers in the evening, all the way up to the daytime things like, there's king cobras out here, so you want to be responsible, or
Right.
people are taking these recreational mushroom shakes, and they have very strong dosages. So making sure that they do these things responsibly. Um, I have found that there are times where when you go to lift up a voice just to be responsible and talk about how to be able to, prevent, uh, that type of those type of negative experiences, then the whole
Right.
thing oftentimes gets met with that, oh, it'll be okay, or everything's all right, or that type of thing. And it's like, well, no, everything isn't all right, right? Like, there's
Right.
people have died on these roads in the evening. You can't say everything is all right. So yeah, there's this very strong denial. Uh, I think that type of toxic positivity, where people are closing off their ears to things that would be, responsible to address, is important to talk about, because I'm sure you both
Well, would you
you and
would that be toxic positivity, or would that just be pure negligence?
it's a great question. I think it's negligence, um, negligence by way of toxic positivity,
Right.
because the majority of the seasoning that gets in those situations is very much oh, we're on holiday, everything's okay, or we're in this
Right.
specific place,
Or it
and
goes
everything
YOLO. It go YOLO method, right?
is YOLO. I think
Yeah.
that could also be toxic positivity too. Yeah, YOLO style. Anyway,
Yeah, like
for
like
all of
you only live once, so that like drink the shake, or like you only live once, so take the bike out on in the back roads with without a guide or without any idea where you're doing or where you're going. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like this one hits. So people, let us know, community. Let us know what you think. What's been your experience with toxic positivity, and do you feel even toxic positivity is a thing? Like, does it even really exist? And what's your perspective on when it came to your radar and all of that? So I love it. I love this topic. Thank you.